Hey everyone, how are we today? Just doing an all signs reading today, looking at what's coming next for you with love. All right, so we will be looking at all the signs. The timestamps will be in the description box, so you're more than welcome to jump ahead to your sign. Make sure you do subscribe to the channel if you're not already. I do really appreciate that, and it does help the channel grow. So, being such a small channel, every single like, subscribe, and comment really does help. Okay, you're more than welcome to leave comments for suggestions for any topics that you would like me to do readings on. I'm more than capable of taking that on board and doing those readings that you're requesting. But all my info in that description box as well, guys. So if you are wanting a personal reading or anything like that. Now, today we are using the Soul Contract Oracle cards as well as the Dream Lenormand. Okay, now this Lenormand deck is quite pale, but the images themselves can be seen. It is quite a pale deck, but like I said, we will be doing all the signs today, starting off with Aries, working our way on through. Timestamps in the description box, and we will get into it for our Aries. Okay, Aries, what's coming next in love for Aries? What's next in love for Aries? Whoa, okay. We have the Boundless Horizon card coming through for you here, Aries. So this is the card of limitless possibility. All right, visionary paths, uncharted frontiers. So it's kind of like sky's the limit. You can go wherever you want when it comes to love. The horizon stretches endlessly before you, offering lots of opportunities, expanding your vision and stepping into the unknown to fulfill your potential. So there is an energy here when it comes to love, about stepping into the unknown, so the uncharted waters kind of thing, that the experiences that you have not yet had when it comes to love. All right, so the things that you're seeking when it comes to love, think about the things that you haven't yet experienced, that you are wishing to find along your path, and that's sort of what you're stepping into next when it comes to love. We'll get a little bit more info for you. Aries, what's next in love for our Aries? What is next in love for Aries? Destiny? We have the cross coming through first for you, Aries. So we do see, a sense of destiny and a sense of having faith that, the things that you do want are coming your way, and needing to sort of keep a hold of that faith. It's your responsibility, your duty to have faith and to, manifest the things that you're wanting in love. So there is a sense of, obligation that comes along with that, but it's obligation to trust that, the universe will provide what you need along your path, and especially when it comes to love. There is a strong destiny with this card, though. So especially with the next card here, we have the dog coming through for you. So there is definitely a strong connection here with somebody. The dog energy is somebody outside of yourself. It is somebody that you have a strong friendship with. So for a lot of you, the next relationship that you're involved in, it may start off with a strong friendship rather than, jumping straight into the love stuff. It could just be somebody that you already have a strong loyalty with this person, because there is a strong loyalty, understanding, and compassion, coming from this person's energy here, and trusting and having faith that that loyalty is there, and that compassion is there, that support that you're wanting is there from this person, and it's kind of, knowing that you've got that companion that will walk by your side in the future here. With the cross here, I dare say this is, a longer term kind of love that we're experiencing here. For some of you, this may just sort of be referencing the next thing in love for you is to really focus on your friendships and just the loyalties that you already have in your life and the support that you're already being given in your life, and that will actually help create new love as well. For some of you, you may meet somebody through a friend, or you already have some sort of a friendship with the person that you are going to be connected with. But we do see the letter coming through there as well. So there is the need to, have open and honest communication here. Maybe, communicate with somebody if you already know who this is that you're wanting in your horizon when it comes to love, Aries, to communicate to that person that there is loyalty on your end as well, and that there is understanding and compassion and support that you're wanting to share with this person, some sort of companion that you're wanting to be with this person, expressing yourself in a very honest, communicative way. And for others of you, that is just quite simply, you will receive some sort of a message very, very soon from somebody. So, if that is a friend that you already have, there will come a message soon sort of saying, okay, Aries, I know we're friends, but do you want to maybe try something a little bit deeper than just friendship, that sort of thing. So there is some sort of expression of love coming through in the near future, and just have faith that will come when it needs to. The cross being in that message, there is a very strong sense of this being a very divine union, a very connected on a soul level kind of thing. You may have a deep friendship, a deep spiritual bond with this person. Okay, there may be a very strong spiritual bond there. So that quite a lot of the time does refer to things like soulmate energy. Okay, Aries. So for some of you, I'm picking up that some of you do actually already know this person, whereas for others of you, this is kind of new energy. Okay, so take that as it resonates. You're more than welcome to check out your other placements, of course. Subscribe to the channel, and we will move on over to our Taurus. All right, Taurus, what's coming next in love for Taurus? What's next in love for Taurus? Taurus, in stillness. Okay, so this is the card of serenity, deep awareness, and a cosmic peace. That sense of just being at peace on a, like, within your own energy and just with the universe in general. In stillness, the loudest voices can be heard, kind of energy, that the loud voice of yourself and your soul and the universe can actually be heard through the silence. Okay, in stillness, hear the universe's whispers and uncover the answers that you seek. So this is a really strong time for you to really trust your intuition and, take some time in stillness and, doing things like meditating and things like that, and asking the deep silence for the answer, and just trusting those answers when they do come, because that quite a lot of the time is a big part of the struggle, that you might sit there quietly for 10 minutes and not trust the things that you're hearing. The thoughts that are coming through your head, you might just think, oh, that's just noise, and you're not actually trusting that is actually messages trying to come through to you. So really paying attention to, the thoughts that you're having, the feelings, the sensations, while you are in moments of silence. I do also feel here, Taurus, I am picking up that, it's kind of that energy of, how, I don't know if you've ever sort of had that feeling, but you will soon, Taurus, where you'll be like in a, I don't know whether it's a crowded room or just a crowded area, just a noisy kind of area where there is a lot of noise, background noise, chatting and things like that going on. So I'm kind of getting you, somewhere where there is, a lot of external noise, whether it's machinery or people talking or whatever. And then, you kind of have this moment of silence in amongst all the noise. It's kind of like, you know, um, like you're walking down the street and you just feel so alone, even though you're surrounded by people. It's that, but with noise. That all this noise is around you, but all of a sudden you just feel at peace, and you just feel like there's this little bubble of silence just around you, and that's when the answers are trying to come through the most. Is when you're having those little glimmers of peace, because it's cosmic peace. Okay, it's not so much because you can still hear the background noise, but it's like you've just got this little bubble comes over you of some sort of peace and stillness in amongst all the crazy hectic energy around you, and that's when, you know, your intuition is trying to tell you something, and or trying to point you in the direction of somebody in particular here, or you kind of, you know, you're having that moment of just that peace washing down over you, and you're looking across the room and catching someone's eye, and that kind of thing. So just pay attention to moments like that in the near future there, Taurus, because they are significant for you. Okay, clarifying this message for Taurus. What comes next in love for Taurus? Yeah, it's just kind of like, you know, you catch someone's eye across the room, and that's just it just everything else, the noise everywhere else just stops, kind of thing. We are definitely getting you know, kind of like divine inspiration is coming through here for you. We do have the crossroads coming through first, and that one actually kind of flew on out. So, you know, you kind of feel as though you're at a bit of a crossroads where you have to sort of decide what path I'm going to go from here. You may feel as though you need to make a choice, but I don't feel that you actually. It's not a black and white choice kind of thing. It's not. It's not really a decision that needs to be consciously made. It's more an understanding that you have the free will to go in whatever direction you so well please here, Taurus. And just trusting that you're going in the right direction, regardless of what choices you're making here. You know, the other cards that have come through here, we do have the bed and the incense burner. So we do have a very strong sort of spiritual cleansing here. We do see the bed does talk about rest. Okay, so that's that in stillness. So for a lot of you, maybe laying in bed at night, the things that you're thinking about, really helping clear, you know, clear the smoke from your eyes, and clear your energy, so that you just sort of just intuitively know which path you're walking without even having to consciously choose, Taurus. It's just kind of, once again, a very divine message here. It's not necessarily talking about anything specific coming next in love, other than, you know, just taking a chill, meandering path at the moment, and just trusting, and just being very still and restful, and just having that, you know, it's kind of like that lull before the storm kind of hits, you know, that you're just having that lull moment at right. That's the sort of the peace is what's coming before sort of things go crazy a little bit there again. And it's just sort of clearing your energy so that you can move forward, you know, along a clear path, rather than having all these sort of obstacles in your way as you walk. You know, just taking this time to just rest and enjoy the stillness and the peace, and just pay attention to what's happening in those moments of stillness, is actually the next thing happening for you in love, is to be able to enjoy just being, rather than having to feel as though there's this pressure of having to do anything when it comes to love. Okay, Taurus, so that's what we have for you. You're more than welcome to check out your other placements. Make sure you do subscribe to the channel, and we will move on over to our Geminis. Okay, Gemini, what's going on for Gemini in love? What's coming next in love for our Geminis? Next in love for Gemini, we have a shift in perspective coming through for you, Gemini. So this is the card of spiritual elevation, expansive vision, and consciousness expansion. So, you know, kind of changing your perception a little bit here, and perceiving things that you maybe did not perceive in the past when it comes to, you know, how you love, who you love, all those sorts of things. Viewing life from a higher perspective to discover hidden harmony and meaning. So, you know, you're just kind of understanding a little bit more about yourself, and about the way that you show love, and the way that other people show you love. And, you know, so for those of you who are already in connections, it's kind of like you're seeing things from somebody else's viewpoint, and understanding things just a little bit deeper, more maturely, than what you maybe have in the past. You're kind of seeing the deeper meaning for why someone does or says certain things, and why you do and say certain things. You're kind of understanding that deeper level of that, and it's enabling you to then change your actions and behaviors, you know, because of that. You know, remove any of the negative stuff that is not what you want to project. Your perspective is just shifting. It seems like a very positive shift for you here. And for some of you, I'm picking up here a shift in perspective, as in something that you thought was love. You're realizing that that's not love. And vice versa. For some of you, it's like this perspective of like, oh, you were feeling unloved by somebody's actions, and now you're realizing, hang on, that is actually them showing love, just not in a way that I was aware of, kind of thing. So just a little bit of extra knowledge coming through to you here. But we'll have a look, Gemini. Gemini, what's coming next in love for Gemini? Next in love for Gemini. Definitely a lot of growth and learning about yourself. We do have the tree coming through first. Some of you may be dealing with a Virgo with that tree card coming through. But that is really maturing and, learning. That's wisdom and growth and healing, healing from things that, had held you back a little bit when it comes to love, and healing a rift with somebody for some of you there as well. But, a greater wisdom, greater maturity when it comes to the way that you're viewing love and the people that you love and their actions and behaviors as well as your own. We do have the masculine coming through here, but it is coming through with the garden, okay, on the other side of that. So I do feel that there is a couple of different messages coming through here. So regardless, I don't normally genderize the masculine feminine energy, but I am picking up distinct masculine feminine energy here. So who is the masculine for you, Gemini? Are you the masculine or are you the feminine? Regardless of genders, it doesn't matter whether you are in the same-sex relationship. There is always usually one that is a little bit more masculine energy and more feminine energy. Okay, so I'm talking about the energy of masculine, feminine, not necessarily gender to specific, okay? Because there's quite a lot of women that have strong masculine energy and men that have strong feminine energy. So it's definitely not gender specific. For some of you, that's the person that is experiencing this growth in perspective. So I feel like for some of you, that's kind of what you've been waiting to hear too, that this person is growing and maturing. They're sort of growing into themselves a little bit more here and starting to actually see things a little bit more, logically and rationally than they may have in the past when it comes to things here. So, but this is why it's affecting you, because it's this shift in perspective that's happening, whether it's happening for you or somebody that you're dealing with. It's making a big change in your love life, okay? And it's kind of this energy here of the garden where we're meeting each other halfway. We're finally sort of meeting each other at, at the table and both putting all ourselves onto that table and working out a middle ground here, having a meeting of two minds where we are really, both leaving satisfied here. This is a very sociable energy as well with this masculine and garden energy. It's like being very logical about the way that you're interacting with this person, because you're not letting emotion take control of the situation. You're not meeting them with emotion. You're meeting them with logic and rational thinking, maturity. And so you're dealing with things in a much healthier, healed way, okay, on both sides of the table there. But for some of you, this is talking about, going on a date with this person, going on some sort of, it may just be a casual sort of social date, like a meeting up for coffee or going for a walk through the park, things like that. But I do sort of feel as though it's kind of getting on the same page with each other and where we're both sort of heading here. And we're both realizing that, that this perspective shift has been necessary so that we can get on the same page. It's somebody here is seeing the other person's perspective a little bit clearer so that we can sort of get on the same page with each other and compromise and move forward together rather than, individually. All right, so for some of you, I feel like this is the change you've been waiting for from this person. You know, whereas for others of you, this is actually just all going on within you yourself, and it's then moving you forward to be a little bit more, you know, sociable and get along with others in a more peaceable kind of a way. That you have sort of shifted your perspective and understanding love a little bit differently, and you're ready to sort of get back out there and start dating and going on, you know, these meetings where you're able to meet people a little bit more halfway, and compromise, you know. So it's definitely a positive shift for you, regardless of whether this is someone specific around you or you yourself. Okay, Gemini, so that's what we have for you. You are more than welcome to check out your other placements, of course. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, and we will move on to Cancer. Okay, Cancer. What's next in love for our Cancers? Next in love for Cancer. Ooh, the River of Destiny, Cancer. This is a strong energy, okay? It's the card of flow, adaptation, and soul guidance. So trusting that your soul is taking you down the direction that you need to go. So kind of going with the flow rather than against it. You know, allowing yourself to, you know, things might change and there might be a big corner coming up, but you need to sort of roll with the corner rather than fight against the current. Trust the flow of the river of your destiny. It will carry you to your soul's truest desires. Okay, so it's kind of a card of you know, just trusting and having faith that things are going in the direction that you want them to, but sometimes you've got to trust the flow, you know, the ups and downs. They're there for a reason. The more that you fight against those, the harder you're making it on yourself. It's kind of a reminder to just go with the flow and just take things as they come. The more that you're fighting against that and trying to control the direction that, you know, destiny is trying to take you here, the more that you're going to struggle, and the longer things are going to take for you to get to where you want to be. Whereas if you sort of just go with the flow and allow yourself to float on down that river, next thing you know, you're right exactly where you want to be. Okay, but we'll clarify this message for you, Cancer. What's next in love for Cancer? So I do feel for a lot of you, it's just a reminder to go with the flow. Stop trying to control it a little bit there, Cancer. Next in love for Cancer. Why am I seeing that for Cancer, please? Why is that what's next in love for Cancer? Yeah, okay, so Cancer, even though you're getting this message about going with the flow and just trusting that you're going in the right direction, you're still fighting against the current big time here. Okay, I do see that coming through. It's really wanting to talk about you trying to control, you know, where things are going and the way that you're controlling where things are going for you, because we see the mountain coming through first, which is this is kind of you making things harder on yourself. This is you saying that love has to be hard work, that you know, that there's bound to be obstacles, that I can't just flow with things. I've got to, you know, I've got to delay it and fight against this current. I've got to, you know, you're making it harder work for yourself, kind of thing, because of this next card here. We have the clouds. Okay, Cancer. So the clouds shows us it's the way that we're thinking about love and the way that we're manifesting love. We're kind of too anxious, way too anxious. And we're overthinking it way too much. The clouds is the card of thoughts and the way that we're thinking about things. And what happens with the clouds is, you know, the more that we overthink things and the more that we think and think and think and think and think, the harder we're making it on ourselves, the more delays we're making for ourselves, the more obstacles we're putting in this river, which actually slows us down and stops us from being able to just go with that flow. You know, it blocks the river and creates a dam, which we then get stuck there. You know, so it kind of clouds your judgment and confuses you and spins you around in circles. You get stuck in a bit of a whirlpool and you get stuck on, you know, all the debris that you've chucked in to the river. And the clouds is the way that you're thinking here, it's creating anxiety within yourself. You're allowing your thoughts to sort of spiral out of control. What happens quite a lot with the clouds energy is that we start thinking that everything is bound to go wrong. And the more that we're telling ourselves everything's going to go wrong, we're thinking through all the possible negative outcomes. The more that we're actually manifesting those, and so that seems to be what you're doing to yourself a little bit here, Cancer. That you're clouding and murking up that river with your own thoughts and your own doubt and fear and anxieties about love, and your own, it's fear and doubt. It's definitely fear and doubt that, oh, this is never going to go the way I want it to. And that's what you're putting out there to the universe, that this is never going the way I want it to. So the universe is going, oh, okay, well, Cancer's saying that this is never going to go the way they want it to. So that must be what they want. That's what I'll give them. So you're manifesting that because you're overthinking that side of things. So it's a very strong reminder that, the power of your own thoughts, it can create these obstacles within your own energy unintentionally. Okay. So we do see the birds coming through for you as well, which does kind of mean that, you're kind of, once again, it's just amplifying that clouds energy. It's negative self-talk with the clouds and the birds together. It's negative self-talk. It's allowing your worries to get the better of you, allowing the worries that are in the distance that may never happen, allowing them to be in the present because you're focused on them. You're bringing them into your present because you're so focused on these potential worries that may not ever even happen. That you're allowing them to be part of your present and then therefore your future. It's kind of like you're starting this rumor. You're starting this. It's like you're starting a rumor about yourself, saying, "Oh, well, Cancer. This is never going to happen for Cancer." So then Chinese whispers and it becomes so misconstrued out of proportion that it becomes this giant mountain that your river then can't flow upstream. So you're no longer flowing. You're kind of just getting stuck because you're creating this energy for yourself here. You're talking negatively to yourself. You're thinking negatively to yourself, and it's creating a lot of blockages for you within you. Okay, when it comes to love. So it's really wanting you to pay attention to this, Cancer, so that you can just get back into the going with the flow and really, pulling yourself up every time you're doing this and removing the clouded judgment. Every time we're overthinking things in a negative way, we're needing to tell ourselves that this is just an illusion I'm creating. This is an illusion I'm creating. It is not the truth. Okay, that I don't want to create this as my reality. It's an illusion that I'm creating. The future is not set in stone. The more that you're telling yourself that this specific future is the most likely one to happen to me, the more you're creating that into your own reality. Okay, so you're kind of creating illusions around your future that the future has not happened yet, Cancer. So start creating those illusions in positive ways. Start thinking about the positive things that could happen for you in love and make those your reality. All right, so trust what you're passionate about. We have the snake here as well. Some of you may be dealing with I've got Capricorn and Scorpio here. So some of you may be wanting to sort of interested in one of those signs or have strong placements in one of those as well. But, the snake does tell us that instead of deceiving ourselves with this clouded judgment and the way that we're talking to ourselves, follow our passion, follow, allow ourselves to see that we're deceiving ourselves. Allow ourselves to see that we're being deceived into negative temptations, negative thought temptation, and that we're creating these own issues within our own self. And rather than doing that, follow our passion and desire. Trust, what I'm passionate about, what I'm desirous for when it comes to love, and going with the flow of those desires rather than going with the flow of our doubt and fear. okay? Because that's creating an illusion that, you don't want that illusion to become your reality. All right, Cancer. So sorry if that was a bit deep there, but that's what's coming through for you. You are more than welcome to check out your other placements, of course. Make sure you do subscribe to the channel, and we will move on over to our Leos. All right. Leo, what's coming next in love for Leo? Next in love for our Leos. Ooh, universal hug. This card doesn't come out very often, Leo, so you must need it. All right. It is the card of divine warmth, universal love, and embracing energy. Feel the universe wrap you in an embrace of unconditional love. Let this energy of warmth and acceptance restore and uplift your spirit. All right. So it's kind of like the universe is giving you a big giant hug right now, Leo, saying, whatever's going on for you, Leo, I know that you just need some love and care and attention, and that you're not doing it for yourself, it's telling me. So you kind of just need to stop and feel that love coming from the earth and from the universe, spirit, God, whatever you want to sort of see that as. But or me, I'll give you a hug too, Leo. But it's just this energy of trusting that you're being embraced, and even when things are rough, that this embrace wants you to feel like, it's kind of just going, it's okay, Leo. It's okay to feel, and it's okay to be angry that things are going rough for you. It's okay to, be angry. It's okay to have fear about love. It's okay to worry about these things, but just know that you are loved, and that there is a deeper, there is like a deep, it's not that there's kind of a weird message, because it's not necessarily that this roughness, these things that have been going wrong for you, Leo, it's not necessarily that they're happening for a reason, because it's kind of telling me it's not really, there's not really a reason for it. It's not really telling me. It's kind of just like, it's kind of saying it is what it is. It's not that it's supposed to be a certain way or not supposed to be a certain way. It just is that way. And there doesn't necessarily need to be a reason. Sometimes things are just shit. It's a bit rough energy there. Not gonna lie, Leo, that is a bit rough. But we'll see if it wants to sort of tell us a little bit more about that. Leo, what's next in love for Leo? It just wants you to kind of know that it's not always going to be that way. It's not always going to be that way. Because there's a lot of love around you. There's definitely love here around you. Definitely. We have the heart coming through first. So it wants you to know that there is love around you. And that's why the universe is just kind of trying to, just find your peace and find yourself. And just know that there's love around you, and pay attention to the love around you in all the forms that it's being given to you here, Leo, because I do feel like for some of you here, it's not being given to you in, romantic love kind of ways. It's being given to you more in, like unconditional love, like people that are there for you and that want to just give you that hug and tell you it's going to work out somehow, or just accept that sometimes things are just shit. So I'm sorry that that's the message I'm getting there. But it is also telling us that, this love around you, the love that surrounds you, the love from the universe, the love from, friends, family, your children as well, because the next card we have is the child. Some of you here, it is children involved in your life as well. others of you, that is not necessarily the case, but it's just this energy of, trying to find that child within yourself right now. Okay, you're kind of at a stage here where the next thing coming through for you in love is understanding that you are just a child of the universe, and that you actually do just need to be loved right now, and that you just need that hug from, the universe, or someone that loves you and cares about you, like a mother would hug their child and be like, it's okay, you scraped your knee, we can get back up, and we keep on going. It's kind of like that. It's kind of like the universe wanting to mother you right now, and just love you, just show you that it's okay. It's okay to have a cry when you hurt yourself, and or you're feeling, like things aren't going your way. It's okay to have a cry. It's okay to be angry, but we still have to get back up and keep on going. And just take the time to have your feelings, and have your, be what you need to be right now, and don't worry so much about what's happening tomorrow, because what's happening tomorrow is this child energy, which is like the quicker that you find that peaceful, childlike energy within yourself here. It's kind of like, you think about how children are so, like, they're naive, they're innocent to the world. It's trying to find that within yourself again, where, you look around the world with wonder and amazement at, wow, look at all this stuff. Look at how, look how pretty the trees are. Look how many flowers there are. And I want to learn everything there is to know about dinosaurs, and, the ocean and whatever. That childlike sense of wonder and excitement, and I just want to play, and I just want to have fun, and I just want to throw a ball and just do nothing, and whatever. I just want to run around and feel the wind in my hair. It's about you trying to find that within yourself again at the minute, and that's going to really actually open you up to the next things in love for yourself here. It's more about cleansing yourself and getting yourself back to a fresh feeling of self, that childlike version of yourself, where, the world is wondrous, and when I grow up I can be whatever I want to be, and that, the future could hold, untold mysteries and adventure for me. I don't know what tomorrow's going to bring, but it's going to be awesome to find out. The universe just wants you to get back to that right now, before we worry too much. But with the child, it does bring with it new beginnings, okay? And knowing that, you've still got the rest of your life. Pardon? Still got the rest of your life to enjoy. Even if that's only one day, if it's 10 years, if it's 100 years, it doesn't matter how much time you've got left in this earth. It's about, the amazement to experience it, no matter what it brings, good and bad. It's all just part of this crazy adventure called life. And where you are right here, right now, you're just needing to care for yourself a little bit more, and, find the love and the child within yourself again, to, be prepared to experience whatever life brings your way, the adventure, and we do have the anchor coming through there as well. So anchoring yourself in that playful, adventurous, wondrous kind of energy, and knowing that this is just the beginning, and you can rely on, tomorrow being a brand new adventure, that it could be a brand new beginning into a brand new version of yourself, that it might end up being as boring as today. It might end up having something crap happening like yesterday, but it could also be this amazing adventure where something amazing might happen. You might find $100 in the street and go and buy yourself something pretty, or, anything could happen. It's that sense of wonder that absolutely anything could happen. And it's this energy of, I'm strong within my own self. I have this anchor within me through the love that I have around me and the love that the universe has for me. It's about finding that sense of security and knowing that, if I can get through all this stuff that I've already gotten through, I know I can get through anything else, with good and bad. I am my own anchor, that when the storms get rough, I know I can hold myself steady. I've done it before, I'll do it again. So it's finding that peace within yourself once again, Leo, and then, moving forward from there. But just needing to just sort of just be at the moment and understand that, it's okay to just feel like everything's shit. It's okay to, realize that I just need to sort of refocus and find the love in my life, regardless how small or what aspects that is being shown to me. It could just be, oh, I love the fact that I've got coffee in the cupboard, so I can get up in the morning and have a coffee. I'm thankful for that every single day. I tell you. But just the little things and moving forward from there, finding strength and reliability in just even the little moments of love in your life and going from there, Leo. Okay, so that's what we have for you. You're more than welcome to check out your other placements. Make sure you do subscribe to the channel, and we will move on to our Virgos. All right, Virgo, what's coming next in love for our Virgos? What's next in love for our Virgos? We have the Soul Guardian card coming through for you, Virgo. That's the card of a spiritual protector, personal guidance, inner strength. Your soul guardian is here to protect and guide you. Trust in their presence to strengthen your spirit and lead you on your path. Okay, so for some of you, this is actually translating as like a real world kind of mentor, that there is actually somebody around you that is trying to sort of, it's not that they're trying to show you, it's more that you have the opportunity to observe, what someone is doing when it comes to romantic love, the way that somebody is treating their partner, the way that somebody is approaching finding love, and there's a lot of guidance for you in that, and it can actually help you on your own journey as well. That there may be sort of like a partner in crime kind of energy, but more so this observational about, observing happy, healthy couples and seeing the way that they treat each other is a real sort of guidance for you when it comes to love and what you're wanting in love as well here, Virgo. Clarifying this message for you, what's next in love for Virgo? So it's even kind of, just walking down the street and seeing a couple in love and realizing that, oh, that's kind of, what I want when I grow old. I'm seeing you kind of walking behind an old couple holding hands and listening to things that they're saying to each other, and you're kind of going to yourself, oh, that's what I want, and you're observing that and seeing that quality that these people have for each other, and the way that they speak to each other, with some sort of reverence and something like that, and that's sort of really like a goal for you, and you really sort of start to learn and heal a little bit here. We have the tree, which is actually your card, Virgo, so you may be dealing with another Virgo, but for a lot of you, this is just learning a little bit more about yourself, maturity, wisdom, and, growth and healing when it comes to love and the way that you're viewing love. And that's what's sort of coming next for you in love is taking care of yourself and what you truly desire when it comes to love, and the way that you need to, for some of you, there is a little bit of healing that you're needing to do in regard to love and looking after yourself and seeing ways that you can love yourself is really helping, push you forward in love for others as well. All right. We do have the heart coming through there. So once again, finding love within your own heart and loving yourself, really does help you travel towards the sort of love that you're after here. We see the ship coming through for you as well, Virgo. So, for some of you, there is like a romantic travel opportunity coming through, whether you're already with somebody or whether you're going to be meeting somebody while you're traveling. That's definitely coming through there. For some of you, it's got to do with, sometimes the ship refers to modes of transport as well. So you may meet someone because I'm getting someone meeting like someone through taking their car to the mechanic, or something like that. You're booking a cruise or airline tickets, and you're meeting someone at the place where you're booking and things like that. So it may not be the actual travel itself. It may be, you know enabling the travel somehow that is pushing you towards love and finding love for yourself here, Virgo, if you haven't got someone already. But it's more about, healing your own heart, and finding love for yourself helps you start this journey of understanding what it is that you're wanting with love. Because I feel like for a lot of you here, Virgo, there's this energy of really needing to work that out. Like your understanding of love in the past and what you thought you wanted in love in the past, it's just kind of not working for you anymore. And you're realizing that there's, some new goals that you're wanting to set for yourself when it comes to, the way that you are loved and the way that you love others. So, and for some of you, it's specifically to do with romance, and the way that you show, romantic gestures and receive those as well. So there may be something specific coming through for some of you, but others of you, yeah, definitely, going on a romantic trip or meeting somebody while you're traveling or in the process of organizing some sort of travel. There's definitely somebody coming through for you with those sorts of things as well, Virgo. But that's what we have for you today. You are more than welcome to check out your other placements. Make sure you do subscribe to the channel, and we will move on to Libra. Okay, Libra. What's next in love for our Libra? Next in love for Libra. Ripples of love. This is such an interesting energy, Libra. It's the love's impact, soul connections, healing resonances. Okay, so it's kind of, we all know about the butterfly effect, the ripple effect, that the more that, when you put something out there, that it comes back to you tenfold kind of thing. Your love creates ripples that touch others, spreading healing and deepening connections. Trust that your love is making a powerful impact. So I feel like for some of you, this is the way that you're loving others on a platonic level. So the way that you're showing love to friends and family, you're actually helping these people, not only find love within their own self, but finding romantic love as well. So for some of you, you may be introducing, I kind of get some of you setting people up on, like blind dates and things like that. And that could actually be a really positive thing for your personal love life as well. It's like that flow-on effect, that the more that you're sharing love with others and creating love opportunities for people around you, once again, I'm getting that you're putting your love energy into platonic friends and family, and maybe even co-workers and things like that, and then you're actually receiving romantic love in return, and you're receiving a lot of love back just on a platonic level as well. But it's kind of, yeah, that the flow of give and take. The more that you're giving, the more that you're able to then take as well. But we'll have a look here with the lenormand. Libra. What's next in love for Libra? So I'm picking up that for some of you, what's next in love for you is actually more to do with what you're doing for others. Like I said, some of you setting someone up on a blind date or introducing someone to somebody else and things like that. But it really actually, strengthens things for you yourself. Firstly, we have the snake card there. So there may be a Scorpio involvement here as well. For some of you, you may be sort of setting up a Scorpio with somebody else or whatever. But for others of you, you may have strong Scorpio placements. You may be on the cusp as well. But the snake energy there, it's kind of like I feel like it's you looking through rose-colored glasses at the moment, and that you're finding alternate ways to do things. The snake energy is a very interesting energy because it can talk about a lot of different things, and it's kind of your passion and sharing your passion and your desire for your own life to be fulfilled. It spreads out. Once again, it's that ripple effect. It's spreading out to the people around you as well, and you're not feeling fulfilled unless you can bring everyone with you, kind of thing, which is a really positive energy for you, Libra, of course. But it's like, we all know that snakes don't move in a straight line. They find their way around things, and it's you sort of finding your way around obstacles. So any obstacles that you yourself are facing when it comes to love, you're finding alternate ways around things. And for a lot of you, the way that you're finding around things is to focus on others. So it's a very interesting energy. It does talk here about strong physical attraction in your love life. So there may be some, some strong physical, intimate moments coming up for you in your love life. So whether that's, with a long-term partner, just getting very, very physical at the minute, or whether you're having some sort of short little flings where it's very physical things. But we do also see the spirit energy here in the middle. So, once again, it's the energy that you're creating. So the energy that you're putting into other people and love around you, it's once again, it's coming back to you. It's that energy, it's the flow of energy really wanting to be known for you at the moment, Libra, that the more that you're putting out there, the more that you're receiving back. That you throwing that stone out into the lake, it's rippling across to other people on the other side of the lake, and it's creating movement for them as well. And then they'll throw a stone back, and then it creates movement for you. So it's kind of like you get what you give. The more that you give, the more that you're able to then receive when it comes to love. We do see the Tower coming through for you as well. So for some of you, it's about I'm seeing physical intimacy is definitely there, but we're also seeing this Tower card, which does talk about isolation and taking things within a little bit here, and solitude, spending time just by yourself, and being happy with your own self, being independent within your own self, and creating a strong foundation all by yourself, sort of thing. So regardless of whether you've got people as part of your little tower or not, it's creating stronger foundations, creating a strong structure, where love can grow in all kinds of forms here. So you're very solid, very structurally sound, just within your own self, and that you understand that sometimes I do need to just take some time to myself and make sure that I'm in a good place, so that I do have that love to give. Because at the minute, it seems to be more about what you're doing for others seems to actually be strengthening you even more, and creating this energy within yourself of structure and power, and you're standing very tall and strong in your own power. So it's kind of like that love match, like that love maker kind of, that, like, matchmaker, that's the word, matchmaker energy for you very muchly here at the minute. And that is strengthening your energy, and then will attract love back around to you as well. So it's kind of a weird message for you there, Libra, but it's kind of, the more that you're putting out there, and the more that you're helping others with love, the more that you're actually helping yourself as well. All right, so that's what we have for you today, Libra. You're more than welcome to check your other placements, of course. Subscribe to the channel, and we will move on over to Scorpio. All right. Okay. Moving on over to Scorpio. Scorpio, what's next in love for our Scorpios? Next in love for Scorpio. Scorpio, divine light. All right, so that card is all about illumination, spiritual clarity, and the truth being revealed. So a lot of epiphanies come through with this card. All right, so it clears the darkness and reveals the truth. Trust in its guidance to show you the way forward. All right, so there is some sort of truth that you are going to be receiving awareness about in one way or another. Okay, so whether that be through some sort of epiphany, or just some sort of intuitive understanding of a truth, or whether that be something a little bit more material revealing to you here. It is going to give you a bit more insight into something that will allow you to then know how to move forward in love. Okay, so we'll see if we can get a little bit more clarity on that specifically, especially for those of you where that is something, coming to light in regard to something, a specific situation. I'm getting that for some of you, this is in regard to a specific person you're receiving some sort of clarity or insight about. Scorpio, what's next in love for our Scorpios? Okay, so yeah, for a lot of you, it is spiritual insight or intuitive insight. You're just coming into a realization of something more so than something really coming out. For some of you, it may be involving a Cancer. We do have the Cancer card coming through first here with the Moon. All right, but the Moon is intuitive energy. All right, it is a very feminine, intuitive energy. So it's kind of trusting your intuition. If your intuition is telling you, actually look closer at this or look closer at that, trust that guidance at this time. It also tells us to, if you're feeling drawn, you're feeling some sort of, like a magnetic pull to something, or to sort of delve deeper into something and understand something at a bit of a deeper level. That's important for a couple of you as well. But the Moon, it's very interesting because it is also about emotional sensitivities as well. And I do feel that for some of you, it's kind of you yourself realizing your past emotions. All right, because the next card we have is the Mouse. So the Mouse does talk about the past, and it talks about, the sensation that you lost an opportunity, you lost somebody, you had had something taken from you, something's eating away at your mind or something like that. And it's kind of like it's going around and around in your little brain there, Scorpio, and you can't stop sort of dwelling on something in particular. And it's got to do with your emotional response to that. Okay, so it may be to do with a specific person in that sense, someone from your past, somebody that you, feel you lost contact with, you lost that person from your life, or you lost a chance with that specific person, something like that. And you're kind of feeling drawn to look a little bit closer at the emotions that were connected to that, because I'm picking up here, Scorpio, that you had a specific sensitive emotional response to something to do with this person. And looking at that a little bit deeper with the reflection of the past, and you're, reviewing the past, and you're thinking, oh, how could I have done things differently? What should I have said, done differently? How could have they said things differently? That sort of stuff. You're receiving some sort of inner clarity that's making you kind of understand things in a different way. And for some of you, it's understanding why somebody, maybe they were the ones that reacted a little bit emotionally or something like that. So it's kind of understanding that maybe someone has a specific trigger. Maybe you yourself have a trigger that was sort of pulled, in response to something somebody else has said or done, or something along those lines. And you're just understanding that on a deeper level, and it's making you realize something a little bit deeper about that situation. It's bringing something to light for you about that, to sort of, it's revealing a truth that you need to see one way or another. Whether it's a truth that you need to see in order to do something to change that and do something about that, or whether it's a truth just to know that, so that you're not being affected by that in the future. That's up for you to know. But we do have the Spirit card coming through as well. So I dare say for a lot of you, this is a strong spiritual connection, soul connection between this person. It's kind of like this person haunts you, to be honest. Even if they're still alive, that I can guarantee you that is 1,000% possible for somebody to haunt you while they're still alive. I've tested the theory, and it talks about, like a strong soul connection, and the memory can haunt you, the attachment can haunt you, and So there maybe that's part of the truth being revealed to you here is that there is a strong soul attachment to this person, a magnetic type attraction that you kind of, I feel like for a lot of you, you kind of say, why do I still care about this person? Why do I still think about this person when they're in the past? And it's because of that soul connection with this person. I just want to get a bit more detail here, Scorpio. Is Scorpio supposed to do anything about this? Once this truth is revealed to Scorpio, then what? What is the purpose of this truth being revealed to Scorpio, please? That kind of threw itself out there, and it's the letter, communication, expression. Okay, so that's why this is being revealed to you. This truth is being revealed to you because you need to express that I now understand things. I feel like this is you needing to communicate this. Even if you're not, you don't have to communicate it to the person directly. But it does feel like, because I am getting, it's like an apology letter for a lot of you here. So you may actually need to apologize to someone. You may need to apologize to yourself for something, for putting up with stuff and things like that. You may need to apologize to someone for the role that you played in something. Whatever that truth that is revealed to you is, I feel like you will know what the communication is, from that. You'll kind of, once again, you may feel very drawn to communicate with this person and explain what you've been going through or what you've learned or, what the truth that's been revealed to you about them or about yourself. Once again, I do keep getting an apology, like an expression of apology. Some of you, I do feel as though, you don't need to actually verbally or physically express that. You may just be expressing that to the universe, so to speak. We do have the spirit card there, so you may just be engaging in the spirit of forgiveness in some way. For a lot of you, you don't actually need to express that to the actual person. It's about expressing that to your soul, and to the universe that I apologize and whatever that needs to happen. I feel as though you guys are going to just sort of intuitively know that's going to be part of this truth, that you're going to know how to express that. For some of you, it's kind of just writing a letter to this person and then burning it, or yelling at the universe, this person owes me an apology. They should say sorry. It's they're the ones, or whatever. But I feel like for some of you, you are going to express this to somebody directly, that that you apologize, and it's it's not a weakness to apologize, Scorpio. Especially when truths are revealed about yourself. It takes a huge person to actually, own up to their own truth and accept that. And it is a huge step forward in your spiritual growth when you're able to apologize to somebody, and from a place of honest expression. That is actually, it's never a weakness. That is actually a sign of strength, being able to take personal responsibility for the things that you've done or have not done. Apologizing sometimes, we do it for ourselves. And when people say, you apologize for you and forgiveness is for you, it's not because of, the actual apology. It's because of the spiritual evolving that you are giving yourself, the spiritual clarity that you're giving yourself by apologizing to yourself, to this person, to the universe. All right. So it's actually a big sign of spiritual maturity to be able to take personal responsibility and apologize. So I just feel the importance of saying that there. But that's what we have for you, Scorpio. You are more than welcome to check out your other placements, of course. Make sure you do subscribe to the channel, and we will move on over to our Sagittarius. Okay. Sagittarius, what's coming next in love for our Sagittarius? Next in love for Sagittarius. Okay. Oh, we have inner balance. I love that for you, Sagittarius. For some of you, you may be dealing with a Libra. We do see the Libra scales in the background there. Inner balance is the cornerstone of soul growth. Find it and fear nothing. That's about self-harmony, inner outer unity. All right. Peaceful heart. Okay. So it's all about balance and finding that balance between who you are and who you choose to be. Oh, okay. Sometimes I don't know what I'm saying until I actually channel it. Sometimes it just comes out. But that was somehow very profound for you there. I nearly called you Scorpio. Sorry, you Sagittarius. Somehow that was very profound for your energy there, that this inner outer balance is very important for you, that the person that you are on the inside is coming into harmony with the person that you wish to be and that you show yourself to be. So you're finding a lot of harmony between the outside version of yourself and the inside version of yourself, and being more truthful to who you really are, which is always a positive energy for you there. But we'll clarify that for you a little bit more here too. And I do feel like for some of you too, you're finding some sort of justice and balance with, karmic balance with a specific person as well. I'm not sure what that exactly means, but let's have a look. Sagittarius, what's next in love for our Sagittarians? Interesting. So for a lot of you, this has got to do with somebody else. Because firstly, we have the garden coming through. Okay, so that's a very public social energy. So for a lot of you, that's the public face of yourself that you show the world. You're obviously coming into balance with this social version of yourself, the public version of yourself. But this does talk about meetings that are taking place. So I do feel as though there may be a meeting taking place. For some of you with a Leo, we do have the Leo card coming through next. But it's kind of like meeting somebody halfway and being willing to compromise, and that halfway, that balance once again. So you're balancing, your need to have a certain resolution with this person's need to have their certain solution. There's a compromise there, and a balance there, a karmic justice that's taking place here. It's like you're putting everything out on the table and you're saying, look, we need to meet, we need to get onto the same page here, so that balance can be restored between us, or something along those lines. For some of you, this is like it's specifically a face-to-face conversational meeting taking place, or a phone call that's taking place between you and somebody, that will sort of bring things out into the open. It's definitely bringing things out into the open and putting all your things on the table, and then putting all their things on the table, and then we're kind of going, okay, well, this is all the things. Now, where do we find the balance in amongst that all? Where do we find happiness in amongst that all? We have the sun there as well. So the sun is happiness, all right? So it's in pursuit of happiness, the joint goal of finding happiness, finding, everything needing to come out into the light, everything out in the sunshine, out in the public eye kind of thing. For some of you, there is something there about, things needing to be out in public, coming out in public. So I am picking up here on for someone that there is a same-sex relationship, that you're kind of, it's time for that to come out into the public knowledge kind of thing, that we have to come to, in order for us to get on the same page, this needs to become public, that we're finally on, we need to compromise, and we need to, go public with this, or, come out. Someone needs to come out, or will be coming out. This is, in pursuit of coming out for someone here. Once again, getting all our cards on the table, bringing everything out into the light, so that we can move towards happiness. We have the birds here as well. All right, so the birds is conversations needing to take place, in order to you know, find that happiness, to find that happy medium, you know, so that balance, that karmic justice. I'm very, that message about somebody needing to come out is definitely coming through very, very strong. So that's obviously in someone's energy there, Sagittarius, about somebody, you know, in order for us to move forward into happiness, and to, we need to have those conversations, and come out to, it feels like somebody needs just to come out to one person in particular, that that's, you know, that they need to just be willing to show this relationship publicly. So I don't know who that is for, but it does seem like that is happening, for that connection in particular there. So don't be afraid of that, because it is all about restoring balance, and finding, you know, the peaceful heart energy of that connection. Okay. For others of you, you may be just sort of learning more about, you know, yourself, and getting back out there. And that's what's needing to be revealed, is that, you know, it's time for me to get back out there, and you're talking it through with somebody. You're seeking advice from people around you. It's, you know, balancing the, you know, the energy of wanting love around yourself. For those of you who are single, it may be you sort of coming to the surface that, in order to be happy, I need to sort of get back out there, and start dating again. Okay, so I'm picking up on that there as well. So that's what we've got for you, Sagittarius. You're more than welcome to check out your other placements, of course. Make sure you subscribe, and we will move on over to Capricorn. Capricorn. What's coming next in love for our Capricorns? What's next in love for Capricorn? Capricorn. Oh, spiritual evolution. Why am I not surprised for you, Capricorn? And sorry to be dodgy, Capricorn, but doesn't that look like a giant shit? You've come from a lot of shit, Capricorn. This is, look at this. You've already walked up over the shit, okay? You're over the shit, you're moving into the sunlight. I don't know why that message is coming through so crassly, but that was the first thing it looks like to me. Look at it from there. Look, it's a giant dookie. All right. Soul growth, conscious leap, and universal wisdom. Every awakening is a chance for spiritual evolution. Let transformation be your strength. So you've come from shit. You have walked through the shit. You've done all the BS that you've had. You've dealt with all the BS. Okay, Capricorn, you're moving on from that. Time to move on from that. Transformation is your strength. That, you know, I know that I've been through all this shit in my life, and I know I can transform all that I've been given. I can turn it into something that works for me. You know, or no matter the hand of cards that I'm dealt, I make it work, and I move forward, and I still win the game. Okay. It's an evolution process. It's a transformation, knowing that you can transform that pile of shit into something amazing at the end of the path. All right, that you can turn it into, you know what, I know that I'm better than that, and I can transform myself into something above the shit. You know, I can get above the shit and get out of the shit. All right, so I don't know, it really wants me to just keep saying the word shit for you, Capricorn. What's your energy today, Capricorn? Wow. I don't normally pick up on that for you, Capricorn, but I do always pick up on the spiritual evolution kind of energy for you guys. You guys are very, very spiritually strong, whether you're aware of that or not. You are, you know, you've been going through this spiritual evolution, you know, been a long journey, Capricorn, because there's been so much ish to get through in the process. But lo and behold, you are above that ish now. All right, let's see where that takes you, Capricorn. What's next in love for Capricorn? I'm picking up very strongly messages all about the ish. All right, that you're not putting up with the ish anymore. You've outgrown the ish. You're not dealing with that ish. Next in love for our Capricorns. Next in love for Capricorn. Surprise, surprise, Capricorn. We have the book coming through first. Interestingly enough, we have it followed by the fish and the market. Okay, so you can see the market card there is that abacus with the trade and barter type stuff, comes through the market. For some of you, it's the stock market. The fish is the card of money. The fish is the card of abundance and wealth. So it's kind of like Capricorn's like, you know what? I transform all this ish that I've been through. When it comes to love, I'm going to transform, love. I don't want to get stuck in the ish anymore. Love is just ish. My next chapter, it's not about love, it's about money. It's about trade, it's about money. I'm not gonna trade my abundance and my wealth for ish anymore. I want success, and I want to, I don't want to sell myself short anymore. I'm going to follow my money. I'm going to focus on money. Abundance doesn't necessarily have to talk about money, but it is very strongly money with that market card right beside it. But it's really kind of just talking about, that I'm going to focus on what makes me feel fulfilled, what makes me feel like I've got everything that I want. I'm not going to even worry about love. That's not my biggest concern anymore. My biggest concern is feeling fulfilled, feeling abundant, feeling rich in whatever way that is for me. Money for a lot of you, not going to lie. But my next chapter is going to be different. It's not going to be ish. It's going to be success. So, you're not wanting to talk about love, to be honest, Capricorn. You're wanting to talk about, I'm moving into, I'm counting up them beads, and I'm making it work for me. If the love stuff's not working for me, I'm going to make everything else in my life work for me so that I can focus on those things and not worry about love. Can I get another card for Capricorn specific to love, please? Can I get another card for Capricorn? What's next in love for Capricorn? Specific to love for Capricorn, please. We do have the Clover. Once again, another money-related card here with this reading. I'm seeing it's investments. It's you're not getting involved in things unless you're getting a return on the investment. You're willing to take a chance. You're willing to jump in the deep end when it comes to love, but you need to make sure it's a good investment. You're being careful where you're investing, being careful where you're taking those chances and risks, and you're not going to just jump into something without understanding the risk and understanding whether this is going to be a potential investment or not. You're being a little bit more business-minded when it comes to love at the moment, Capricorn, which, it's not always a good or a bad thing. That's just where you need to be right now. That's part of your spiritual evolution right now is, I've been through too much ish to give a ish. You know what I mean? So it is what it is, I suppose, Capricorn, but that's what we have for you. You are more than welcome to check your other placements, of course. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, and we will move on over to Aquarius. Aquarius, what's coming next in love for Aquarius? What's coming next in love for our Aquarius? Okay, Aquarius, next in love for you, we have spiritual rebirth. Oh, look at that. The phoenix rising from the ashes. Renewal, new beginnings, soul cleansing. Your soul is undergoing a rebirth. Embrace this new version of yourself with open arms. Straight away, for some of you, you are changing so much at the moment, Aquarius, that, whatever's been happening for you in love, that's not happening for you anymore. You're entering this brand new version of yourself and a brand new version of love for yourself. Some of you, I'm picking up straight away that this rebirth brings in new love, or with it, that you're opening your arms to not just this rebirth, but this rebirth, like it's brand new energy. It's like brand new. you're undergoing this rebirth and you're not tolerating the same sort of people that you once tolerated. Okay, so for a lot of you, this new person is maybe very different to what you normally have, or it's not that they're different to what you have in the past been attracted to. It's something deeper about this person is different. And it's a big difference too. It's like, I feel like it's got to do with the way that this person behaves or treats you. It's not a physical thing. Okay, so they may look like, I'm picking up here that for someone, this new person may look really, really similar to somebody that you have been attracted to in the past. But them as a person compared to this person from the past, black and white, totally different. Totally different. Okay, it's a total rebirth. It's like you're seeing the same person on the surface, but but who they are, it's like a totally different version of someone. It's a totally different person. You've been reborn into this, so you're attracted to different things than what you may once have been attracted to. So whatever's attracting you to this person, it's much, much deeper than what you may have been attracted to in the past. You're being attracted to like a reborn type. It's like a whole different type of person that, like, but like I said, for some of you, they may look very similar to somebody you've been attracted to in the past. I am getting that on the surface. It's like, because when the phoenix is reborn, it looks exactly like a phoenix. It still looks exactly like a phoenix. A phoenix in version 1 looks exactly like a phoenix in version 2, but it's been totally reborn and totally remade. And that's like this person. It's like personality and depth and soul. This person is a totally different person. Not the person, so whoever I feel like a lot of you are going to struggle with this a little bit because, this person is going to remind you so much of someone else. And this someone else that they remind you of, you probably have, negative connections to that, because this past version of someone, they were very unevolved. They were very, I don't want to say it, like the narc stuff coming through there. They may have even been like, it may have been abusive and things like that. It may have been very bad memories of this person. But this new person is not that person. They are not that person at all. It's like chalk and cheese. Day and night, totally different people. Everything that was bad about this past person is good about this new person. Okay, they're not perfect. No one's perfect. But where it matters, they are amazingly, perfectly matched for you, Aquarius. This is actually a really positive connection. You're just really going to struggle with the physical thing where they look like someone. I think that's going to be a bit of an issue for a lot of you, that this person looks so much like, they remind you so much like someone, that it's hard for you sometimes to remember that they're totally different people. But this new person is actually like very ideally matched to you, because it's kind of like, I'm getting this weird message here that it's like when you were with that person in the past, it's kind of like your soul thought that it was this person, but your soul thought it was this new person, but then it wasn't. It was someone else. That it was not the person you were supposed to be with. This new person is the person you're supposed to be with, and your soul just was kind of like tricked that it looked like the person. I thought it was the person, but it's not. So I feel like there may be a bit of discrepancy here with this. It may just be a bit of a struggle for you, Aquarius. I'm not going to lie. Clarify this message for Aquarius. Next in love for Aquarius. But it is asking you to embrace this new version because there's a lot of stability there and happiness. Look at this. We have the House. Okay, so there's security, there's stability with this person. There's someone that you can create a family with this person. They are your soul family, this person, this new person. We have the birds here. This is someone that communicates the way that you need them to communicate. There's a lot of communication. This person may talk a lot, not going to lie, but they talk a lot about security and stability. They tell you that they want to be stable for you. They tell you that they want to be secure for you. They tell you maybe about the journey that they've taken in order to find stability. So I do feel like for someone here that they may talk about specifically about the journey to stability, as in, you know, they may have struggled with mental health issues in the past, and that, you know, that they were unstable at some point, and they're talking about this journey of how long it took them to become stable. And for some of them, it's like this, they're talking to you about physical security and stability. So about this journey it took for me to get my own home, and now I own my own home. I feel like for a lot of you, they're going to own their own home. For some of you, they may actually own more than one home. And they will tell you. I feel like this person, that they're going to tell you. They're a bit of a talker, I think. I feel like they do talk a bit. We also have the sun coming through. So the sun shines through and shows us that there's happiness to be had here. That there's a lot of, you know, things come up from the surface. It's like on the surface, all you see is this bright sun that this person looks like somebody else. But then, you know, the more that you see everything come out into the light about this person, you realize that they are, you know, eons away from that original version of this person. It's like, it's so different. But there's a lot of happiness to be had here. This is kind of like the happily ever after. Okay, so I am picking up that that's what's coming through next for you, Aquarius. So some of you, you know, you may have met this person already. Others of you, you may not have. For some of you, you are actually currently with somebody that you're here about the reading with. And this new person is not that person. I'm sorry if that's the case. Because that is, you know, that's part of your new beginning, part of your renewal process, part of your phoenix. Got to burn to ashes before we can be reborn. And I feel like for those of you where that's the case, you know it already. You already know that that's not really your person. I'm sorry to be so brash, but that's not all of you that are with someone right now, okay? That's not all of you. So some of you are actually, you know, with this person already, and it's there is just still some sort of renewal between the two of you going on. And you know, because life's a journey, and we all go through, you know, personal evolution and whatnot. And so I do feel as though, you know, take it how it resonates for you personally, all right? But that's what we've got for you. You're more than welcome to check your other placements as well, Aquarius. Make sure you do subscribe to the channel, and we will move on over to our Pisces. All right. Pisces. What's next in love for Pisces? Pisces, what's next in love for our Pisces, please? Divine contract. Okay, so this is the card of agreements and, you know, life choices and spiritual growth. All right, it does say your life story is woven from a divine contract. Each step you take fulfills a higher purpose. Pisces, I actually feel as though this is actually taking you a little bit away from love at the minute. That part of your contract right now is not necessarily love related. That you're kind of on a bit of, you know, needing to sort of really make some life choices, and not love choices, life choices at the minute. And that you've made agreements with yourself to pursue something in your life. And you're needing to honor that agreement right now rather than love being a concern. But I'll clarify this message for you, because you've made a contract with yourself about something that you want or where you're going, something along those lines. Pisces, what's next in love for our Pisces, please? It's an interesting message. Okay, so firstly, this confirmation here that this is you, yourself. We have the fox coming through, that this is you. This is about you and your independence and your life story. This is not about your love story. This is about your life story. Okay, so there is some sort of contract that you're needing to fulfill your part, your role for yourself right now in your life. You're needing to do what you need to do. Do what you need to do. Get done what you need to do for yourself. Worry about you first and foremost at the minute, not necessarily love. Okay. And it's very interesting because when I picked up these two cards and I got one very, very clear message, which I don't normally get. Okay, so we have the ship and the mountain, and it's saying you're going to move mountains. And that's all it wants to tell me with those two cards, is that you're going to move mountains. Okay, because the ship is normally more so a travel card. It's a movement card, right? So moving mountains. We have the mountains there. Mountains are obstacles, blockages, delays. But it's kind of like it's not literal, obviously, but in the most literal sense we can make that, I suppose, you're literally going to move mountains. Some of you, it may be like you're moving to the mountains. Maybe some of you are traveling to somewhere mountainous. But it's saying, you have the power to move mountains right now within your life. And that's what this contract is that it's removing obstacles out of your life, and it's moving through the obstacles, through the blockages, in order to do what you need to do for yourself. Clarify this message for Pisces, please. The ship and the mountain for Pisces, please. We have the fish coming through first here, Pisces. That's the money, abundance, wealth card. All right. So the mountains are the blockages that you've been experiencing in your material world, your reality of money and abundance within your world. We also have the book here as well. So there's a lot of education and learning that may be undertaken in the near future here as well, that you're, maybe moving mountains in the sense of you're getting a lot of things done in order to educate yourself so that you can change careers, you can make money out of learning how to start some sort of business. You're learning how to look after your money. There's a lot of learning and education. There's a lot of the next chapters are more financial. Like the next chapter is more financial related for you. The mountain is also a bit of a financial related card there as well. It talks about putting in the hard work, persevering, being very determined to focus on fulfilling this part of your contract right now, rather than love itself being of most importance to you. It's very interesting that the mountain is the Capricorn card, and I got a very similar message for Capricorn. So for some of you, you may be very connected to a Capricorn. You may be partnering with a Capricorn, moving towards a Capricorn, learning from a Capricorn, or teaching a Capricorn. But I also do have Gemini and Libra there as well. So, we do see a lot of different energies there for you. But for some of you, there's definitely a lot of work involved in meeting your contracts when it comes to your abundance, your wealth, your money, and your education as well seems to be very important here as well, Pisces, that you're educating yourself around how to move forward for some of you as well, how to move your life into the direction that you want to go. So you're not even worried about love as much. You're worried about yourself and what you need first and foremost. The fox worries about itself and how it survives. Okay, it doesn't worry about anything else going on around it. It worries about itself and what's affecting it, how it survives. How many chickens it's going to sneak into the coop and take. So you're not worried about the farmer who's trying to protect his chickens. You're worried about, hang on, I just want to get my chickens and I'm out of here. So the fox does what it needs to do in order to get that done. All right. Once again, the fox is also another business type card. So I am seeing a lot of, contracts related to money and career and business for you at the moment, Pisces. So, and education, once again, very strong as well. The fox is very intelligent, educated energy as well. So you seem to be traveling more through those sorts of things at the moment and, moving these mountains that you thought, oh, there's this impossible mountain, an obstacle, delay, blockage in my life, and I'm going to move it out of the way and get rid of that obstruction so that I can focus on what I need to focus on. And then I might come back to love in the future once I've got this sorted. But this part of the contract needs to be fulfilled. So that's what we've got for you, Pisces. But you are more than welcome to check out your other placements, of course. But subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you all again soon.